Welcome to Seasoned Unbothered. We're two women over 50 serving grown women wisdom with a side of humor because we've earned the right to say what we mean and mean what we say.
Hello.
Hello.
And welcome back to Seasoned and Unbothered. And we've got a really interesting topic today.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
But before we get started, there's a couple of housekeeping things.
Okay.
First, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Please.
And also you can find us on Instagram at Seasoned Unbothered. So please, after this, immediately.
All together,
yes,
Seasoned Unbothered. No and.
Yes.
Seasoned Unbothered.
Someone else had that. So as soon as this podcast is over, please go on to Instagram and follow us where you could get updates on when the podcast is going to be delivered, when we're posting. We also like to do some fun stuff, which we'll do more of this year. So you can keep in touch with us as well.
Yes, and be sure to share. Share. Mm-hmm. Send it to other people who you think might be interested or get a good laugh or whatever. We appreciate any type of support.
Mm-hmm. So I always like to check in. How are you doing? Anything new going on?
We have a dog. I have a new addition to my family. And
included him in the last video.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's been very, very trying.
Oh, really?
Well, because it's almost like having a kid. It's like he had a second doctor's appointment. So every time we go, we spend a couple $100. Mm-hmm. And it was funny. I told my husband, I said, I told you, everyone said it's not cheap. And he was like, this is crazy. And we know we have at least an appointment every month. So when you think about it, that's another cost. Mm-hmm. And now that we do also, because we have a dog, we were no longer having a cleaning service. So now we're going to bring back a cleaning person because I personally do not like the feeling. I feel like I don't want to lie on the floor. I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that because we got a dog. And I'm like, I got to get over that.
You'll get over it.
And now I said, he going to be a bougie dog because I wipe his feet. I wipe him down. I'm like, he can't smell like a dog. He went for a walk. He came back. I said, oh, you smell like a dog. Mm-hmm. And so I'm hoping that I will change and mature in that area, or it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to have a very, very unique dog who can deal with my temperament.
Yeah, one thing I do agree is that I don't think when you enter someone's home, you should smell that there's a pet there.
Yes.
You should not. You should be like, oh, there's a pet. So
that's the way it was with the cat.
Yes,
no one knew we had a cat unless you saw the cat.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Like, I am constantly cleaning. Mm-hmm. And I have a cat, which people think she cleaned herself all day, but I still know that there's a cat smell. There's a litter box. There's all those things. But let me tell you that Estelle is my cat. She had there's anal glands. Her anal glands got congested. So $1,700 later. And I have insurance, but it did not cover that for some reason. I had pet insurance.
Right.
It did not cover that $1,700 because she had to have an operation. She had all the things to get the glands they were so inflamed that they had, I don't know what. Yeah.
Well, he actually has a hernia from birth.
Oh.
But they said they'll deal with that at another stage, like when we get fixed or whatever.
Yeah, when he gets neutered.
Yes, and then they will deal with that. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
There's always something.
But I told my husband, he said he wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, no,
he said, I'm happy with my dog. I said, I told you. I said, this is a kid who's never going to grow up. So,
it is what it is.
So it is. But you know what? When I look at him, it's so funny. And I'm teaching him, I don't know if it's even possible. I don't want him to be a big licker. I don't want him to lick people all in their face and stuff. So if he is pretty, like he doesn't do it, I hold him up right to my face. I can even almost touch his nose and he does not lick my face because he knows I do not want him to lick my face.
They know. I could tell you that I don't like licking. Like, I had a dog at one point. I did teach him not to lick. But it was funny because dogs have sense of humor. He would do it to annoy me. Like, he would like to get attention or something like that because he knew that I did not like face licking. But he would I'd be like, Jack, like, and he'd be like, I just wanted to get your attention.
So he might do that to me later,
Yeah,
but right
later,
now,
but now, yeah,
he
you gotta
knows
teach
I
him.
have him like right here, and sometimes I went as far as to his nose, and he still did not lick me.
That's good. That's good. You gotta teach them.
But he's
Yeah.
really bad about the feet. He like feet.
like feet. Well, because they're low. He's little and they're low to the ground.
Yes.
And then they're moving around.
And then sometimes he thinks it's funny because he know I won't let him lick my feet and be all over. So he'll just sit on my feet. And I'm like, really? And then I'll just bounce him around like this. And then he'll move to another part, but he backs on up. I'm like, you really like playing with my feet.
Yeah, well,
he is smart.
You gotta give the dog a bone.
That's a good one. The other day, I felt like him and I was having a conversation, and it was really funny. I went to go grab my phone to try to video, but then he stopped. He won't do it on demand. But he was sitting there, and I was like talking to him, and he went, wait. I'm like, yeah, and this is my house, not your house. And we was going through this whole little thing. Thomas, did you film it? I said, by the time I thought to get my camera, when I got up to get my camera, he wouldn't do it again.
I'm done talking. I've said what I've had to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on in my life. What about you? What's going on in your life?
Nothing. I just did a 3-day business trip in Nashville.
Oh.
So that was fun. I like
Nashville was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I haven't Thomas has been there. We've communicated, but I want to go to Nashville. I've seen a lot about Nashville, and he told me.
Oh, you haven't been?
I've never been to Nashville. I've been to Tennessee, but I've never been to Nashville.
Yeah, no, it's a cute little city. So it was work related, but we went out one night. But yeah, it was a quick 3-day trip. Came back last night.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so.
You're a jet setter.
Yeah, a little something. So,
texting me at 5 in the morning. Are we still on?
I know, because I work out.
Is that why you was up? Yeah. You probably thinking like, why are you answering me at 7?
Yeah. No, that was good.
I think it was 7 that I answered
Yeah, it was
you.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I wake up early now because of the dog.
Yeah.
It's like clockwork for me.
Yep.
So yeah. So let's get into this.
So I have a wild question for you.
Okay.
Would you date or marry AI?
No. No and no and no.
Tell me more.
Okay. I get it. I think it will help people become closed off to humans, right? And when we start demanding intimacy from a computer, and I don't know if I would think it's genuine. Like, I know people thinking like, oh, because it's really like it says all the right things. Well, guess what? No one's perfect. So would you be able to even be in a relationship with other people if you're only entertained, or I don't know, if you're only dealing with a chatbot?
Yeah.
Right?
And the reason why I bring this up is I came across a podcast, and I'll link her podcast below. I want to make sure that she gets the credit for the topic. She was talking about people who have dated or even in some cases married AI. So I thought that was interesting, and I did a little research. I know you did some too, because I needed to understand this topic a little bit better. And I found that there are several AI companion platforms. One is called Replika. It's an AI companion app that was launched in 2017, and millions of users worldwide use this to find AI romantic partners. There's also one called Character.ai, which allows you to create and customize personalities of fictional partners. And there's another one called Anima, or maybe Anime. That's marketed specifically for AI girlfriends and boyfriends. And Replika, that site, has reportedly 1 million downloads globally. And a survey of US shows that younger generations which is Gen Z and millennials, we are X, so maybe not too many of us, but who knows, are increasingly open to AI companionship. And a 2023 Pew Research study found that significant concerns around social isolation and increased digital dependency, specifically after the pandemic. And a lot of these sites are designed to text you good morning, they never argue, they affirm you, and they mirror your interests.
So would they correct you? Would they tell you when you're wrong? I mean, you need that. You need that balance in order to I think, operate in a very sane manner. I'm not trying to judge, but I am judging. I'm trying not to judge, but I am judging.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's more for people who really, like, I don't know. I don't think it's healthy.
Yeah.
I just do not think, I don't see how it can be healthy. I think having someone encouraging you and being there and always saying the right thing, if it's the right thing, because correcting you, it's not great to hear it, but it's good for you too, right? To have someone to bounce things off of, not someone who's always going to just agree with you or be more concerned about how you feel versus whether you're right or wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think to play devil's advocate, I agree. I do think that, I think that it can be some wins with it too. I think that, just to play devil's advocate, I think that I would prefer, if you are lonely, I don't think there's anything wrong with using technology to maybe have some sort of companionship. Being in a relationship, calling the AI your boyfriend, or I found an example of someone who actually married.
Yes.
They had a full-fledged ceremony with their AI
computer
character.
screen with the AI character.
It was in Japan. A man named Akimura Kondo
held a woman has done it too.
Ceremony marrying a virtual pop star hologram. He spent thousands of dollars on ceremonies and things like that. I do think that using AI to maybe combat some loneliness in this loneliness epidemic, I don't know. I think that there could be a place for it. Dating and being in relationships with it, I think, is something very different.
Okay, well, I know you probably have heard the story of, or seen the case, the legal case of people suing Facebook and some other platforms for, they believe were the cause of their, I think it's a family that believe they were the cause of their daughter, I think it was a girl, becoming addicted to social media. And also committing suicide, right? Because of body shaming and all this other stuff, right? I believe we become so sensitive in so many areas that we just don't take accountability for it. But that could be very dangerous. Who would be responsible if it told you something or whatever that wasn't the right thing to do or a very harmful behavior? And I think if we introduce this to adults, when will it be reasonable to say that a youth could entertain this whole concept and never engage people?
Yeah.
Right? And I know there are people who are very isolated, right? They don't want to deal with people. I can see, like you said, having some type of relationship or some type of a computer system could help their loneliness and help them. I don't know. I just don't know. I just can't put my arms around how healthy it really. I think it can be, but I think it has so many things that could go wrong.
So just to kind of, you brought up a good point to say, like, what does it say about our society when fantasy feels safer than reality?
Yes, that is exactly.
Like, especially for women, like, you know, in some cases, especially in the YouTube that I showed you, it was like, hey, it's safer to have this AI boyfriend who is dependable, won't hurt me, won't, you know, I guess really not ask too much, or she felt safe. Like, it's kind of that whole theory, like, who would you prefer to be in the woods with, a bear or a man? It's like, how do you choose? And her thought would probably be the bear, which is like the AI, than to actually be with a real man.
Well, what about physical touch?
What does it say about our society when that feels safer?
I know, it's scary. It's scary. But what about physical touch? Because intimacy itself, it's more than just physical touch, right? It's also a state of being. It's also feeling close, connected, and all those things.
Intimacy to me is not just sexual.
Absolutely.
It's just those moments.
But as a woman and a man, you know those needs will probably still come up. So how is that AI going to fulfill that? Are you going to just self-pleasure?
No, I would say, my thought is, today, from what I know, sexual intimacy cannot be provided by AI today. Who knows what next week is going to bring?
Well, I heard there are some robots or some dolls or something.
I'm sure.
I heard about it. I did. I heard that they have some down that can really like.
I'm sure. However, I do think that if the AI is, because we know that even with ChatGPT, it will start to know you well enough to be able to answer questions, know things about you, all those things. I can say, even though it's not real, I do think that it can start to give, as it starts to learn you, it can start to feel very intimate. I do. And I think especially for women, I think we're so different in a lot of ways, is that a lot of our intimacy does not come from sex.
And that's true.
It comes from connecting and
you fall in love. Like people, like think about the men in prison who end up meeting someone, never ever being physically intimate with them, but they fall madly in love with them. So to me, guess what? Why not call one of those guys or get one?
At least you know it's a human being.
One day he might get out. But no, just kidding. I'm sorry.
Who is she like? AI or a man in jail? You know?
What's the difference? They say all the right things while they in there. They don't argue with you. They don't fuss with you. They can't even come check on you in the middle of the night. You got that on lock. You know exactly when you're going to talk to them and all this other stuff. But no, just kidding.
No, but that's really a good point, because there are men in situations that can probably give you what the AI can give you. However, I think that the AI probably never are, like you never, if it's always
He'll say, where were you last night when I called you?
It doesn't care. Unless you program it to, like, if you haven't heard from me in 3 days, argue with me. Yeah, argue with me. You know,
call me and ask me, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why have I called you? Am I mad at you? What could I be mad at you about? And then I think being mad, being angry, all the emotions that we feel are part of life. It helps you deal with other things. The other day, I was sitting next to a guy. It's an older man. And I was playing blackjack. And he said, I was arguing with one of the people that worked there for somebody else, right? I was pleading their case about, I thought they were wrong because I used to be a blackjack dealer. And the guy who I was kind of defending was like, oh, just let it go, let it go. I'm like, no, it's the principle. That's not right. And then the older gentleman on the other side of me said, I don't argue anymore. I just let stuff go. He said, because it just increased my blood pressure and I don't have time for it. So I just let stuff go. And I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I've become more that way. Very unbothered.
Yes.
Becoming more unbothered. Yeah, I think about it. I know I mentioned like younger generations, millennials, Gen Z, being more open to it. But I also started thinking about women and men in their 40s, 50s, and above who may be divorced, who may be widowed, who may feel invisible in midlife. Is this a way for them to have some sort of companionship? Do you think that that's wrong, especially? Because I can tell you dating in midlife, dating over 40 is hard. So is it just easier just to maybe find an AI relationship and
see, but to me,
in my AI, I just put my phone, we go to dinner, 4 of us, your husband, me.
Oh, you like AI. Strawberries? Taste it. Doesn't it taste good? Yes, it tastes so good. Like, but also you got to be mindful that what we do as adults normally trickle down also to our children. What's an acceptable age? I read one article where a young boy was in a relationship with an AI relationship companion, and he ended up committing suicide. Like so.
Because I think to me, and I know that it takes, like you said, we don't want to judge, but I do think that there is some sort of
emotional maturity and
like I don't
development.
Like I think if that's your solve is to go completely AI, date, marry. I mean, in the past we would have said, you know that person needs help. They are disassociating with reality because to me, that is not reality. But I think as time goes on, it will become more reality.
Well, but then, like I said too, who's responsible when it tells you something wrong? This article also said that it was a 19-year-old boy who was in a relationship with an AI companion and broke into Windsor Castle and literally to kill the queen. I mean, so like I
Why?
wonder.
Because did the AI say to do it?
I'm imagining so. I mean, that's a part of the article, but like,
Yeah.
so that's scary. And AI is only producing what they say. What about robots, right? It only can put out what was put in. So if humans are developing these and putting the thoughts, if you really want to say thought, right, and or giving it all this information, it's giving it the good, the bad, and the ugly. Where is the, I don't know if it's the word intellect, but where is the responsibility with AI to determine how to filter all of that with emotions? Because it doesn't really have emotions. It's only.
Yeah. It's interesting. The conference that I was in, that we talked about earlier, there was a lot of discussion about AI, especially as it comes to work in the workplace. And one of the things that we don't have a lot of laws around is how to use AI. And I would have to say, one thing I learned from this conference is that our current administration, White House administration, is very much pro AI. So they're very much pushing AI as a replacement for people. So this is an administration that will not probably support laws that put guardrails around how we use AI at this point right now. So I think that it's pretty much endless. And what it can do.
But what's the difference in AI and people who have these fantasies about movie stars and stars? A lot of times it goes off the deep end, right? Because they're like, you don't really know her.
Yeah.
That's not your girlfriend. I know you love her to death. And people are like, oh, I'm the favorite fan or whatever.
Fan.
Yes, and all these other things. And they really get upset and they're ready, like people like Beehive and nothing wrong with the Beehive and all, and I don't forget what they call Swifties, right? But what is the difference? Like they have these fantasies. I mean, I'm all for. I have a lot of people that I admire. I have people that I like, people that I will pay money to go see perform and do whatever. But personally, I always try to check myself. Like, you don't really know these people. These people can care less about you.
There's no real. But I think you
connected to their music.
But I would have to say that you have a level. I want to be very careful when we talk about mental illness.
Yes.
But I think that you know that because you're in the right frame of mind to be able to accurately understand that there's no real relationship between you and Beyonce. I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
You may love her music, you may all those things, but she does not know you. You know that. But there are some people who don't understand.
They can't draw the line. Yes.
So I want to ask you something. So, do you think that it is cheating if your husband talks romantically or talks romantically to AI or engages in an AI relationship? Because it's not real.
I will still say that it is cheating when you get emotionally tied with someone. I had learned I was going to say someone, but it is something.
Something. Yeah.
It's whatever you put before me, right?
It could be football.
It could be football. It could be anything. So I think you have to be careful too, because it's unrealistic intimacy, right? That can you expect a person to give you what AI is probably able to give you in the means of really knowing your intricate details of you? First of all, they learn you for real, right? Because you're probably able to be as real as you could. I know for sure that there sometimes, and I love my husband, but there's sometimes I don't say certain things because I wouldn't say it because I wouldn't want to hurt his feelings, right? Or I'm very careful about if I'm going to correct him in any manner, right? How I'm going to do it. Well, I'm sure with this AI, they can be just as raw as they want to be, right?
Or not, or just be who they want or they think that they
Well,
will.
I don't even know why you would need to pretend with AI.
Because I think if your partner is searching out AI for companionship, they feel that there's probably something missing in the relationship that they're getting from AI. And it could be AI talks to me nicer. AI gives me the attention that I need. AI listens to my
Well, first of all, you had to go to that app and find someone because it don't just pop up. So you were searching, unless you were doing research, like I might go check it out.
I think it's like anything when you have an affair, you search it out.
Well, sometimes affairs, I will tell you this, I believe sometimes, and I'm going to use the church on this. Mm-hmm. I believe sometimes people fall into affairs because what happens in work relationships, and I think pastor, secretary, or a parishioner or whatever, is that you sharing things, right? You're being very vulnerable, and this person is hearing you out. They're being empathetic, sympathetic, and they are helping you find a place of whatever, right? And without even realizing it, you can start to become drawn to that, right? Drawn to, that's why they said be careful who you talk to, like at work, telling your coworker your issues and your problems, and they can lead to other things.
Yep.
And a prime example, a long time ago when I was living in Japan, I was working with this missionary group, and she was explaining how to be mindful not to put yourself in certain positions because we are human. We have flesh, right? And you can, I'm so sorry, and connecting, right? And then another time it's something else, and I brought you coffee today. You just start like, and every time, and I think I call this the enemy. Every time you have an argument with your spouse, it seems like this person becomes more illuminated to how kind they are to you. How
they wouldn't argue with me about this. They would understand this.
Yes. And it's easy for them to always say what they will do when they're not in the whole situation, right? They, just like a mistress, just like a side chick.
Yeah.
When he with her, most of the time it's good. It's a good time. He's not talking about bills. He's not talking about the kids. He's not talking about any of those things. He don't have that stress, right? So when he with her, he can enjoy everything. It's hunky dory.
But you're still talking about a real physical, a real person. I think what makes AI so different, and how I think the times are different, is I think we have generations of people who are lonely, who are isolated, who don't go into an office, who may work from home.
Right.
You know? So you don't have that person.
And people are glued to these all the time anyway.
I mean, they call it the loneliness epidemic, whatever it is, for AI to be more appealing, to be able to say all those same things to them, but you don't have to be in person for that to happen.
That's true, but also overall, when you think about, I just think AI is not a person. It's not giving you all that, but you also, for some reason, you seeking it out. If you get an AI companion, you have to seek them out.
I mean,
they don't just pop up and say, "Hey, I want to be your companion."
But I also think, I'm just going to use ChatGPT as an example. Could that grow? I use it quite regularly.
I use it all the time, but if it ever send me a message back and say, "Hey, can we have a conversation at 5 o'clock?" At 3, I'm like, it's time to turn you off.
Yeah,
if it ever mentioned to me, would you be interested in this?
Would you be interested?
The mere fact that if I Google on my phone or say something or whatever, because these things are always listening. You start getting ads about it. You start getting all these things, so it might start popping up. I don't know. So, do you think it will ever tell you that if you went to AI and said, "Look, I want you to be my side piece. I got a husband, and I'm with him."
Well, chat won't do that. Chat is actually has guardrails around. I know it has guardrails around anything sexual. I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I know that if you were to ask it some sexual things, it would be like, no.
Oh.
You won't do that. I don't know about that. We may have to.
I'm talking about this companion thing.
Yeah.
Like if you told a companion thing,
well, I think if you go onto one of these sites that I mentioned,
I'm scared to do it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But if I were to go on that Replika site and I were to join it, and I think there's profiles.
But isn't this just like a romance novel that people get on and whatever?
I think so. It's just not. I mean, but I just feel like, how did we get here?
I think because the world is mean and ugly. Mm-hmm. So I will say this, it's probably giving you something that the world doesn't give you a lot of, right? Even in your, and sometimes our upbringing is not as loving as it should be, right? So there are a lot of people lacking in that department of really being heard, being seen, and just being totally comfortable being who they are and just finding true intimacy.
Yeah. So I think that to me, where, the person who marries AI or the couple examples of that. So it's not about love. I think it goes back to it's about loneliness.
I believe so. I believe that most of the people, if you dig deep, are probably lonely. And they want some type of companion. And if this is the only way I can get companionship, then I am going to go that route, or I'm willing to try and see what happens in that. And again, because AI is so smart, it really learns you. I think it can really feed that desire to have some type of relationship,
and I think,
whether it's real or not.
And I think too, sometimes, I think we said it's like the fantasy, like the whole novel is that novels are unrealistic. And I think when you have unrealistic relationship expectations, the knight in shining armor, all these things, you can create that. You can create the knight in shining armor. Real relationships are messy.
They are very messy.
And the knight in shining armor is not. The fantasy is not. Cinderella, all those things.
That's not real.
Yeah, but that's what.
But we grow up looking for that, and you have to realize that's not real. That's not even the Huxtables, y'all. Okay, I love that show, The Cosby Show, right? But when you think about it, everybody said, "Oh, I mean, of course it was a good show because also it showed African Americans having a being affluent, having a nice career, raising a family. But in reality, do we really believe that's how family life happens for most people? Not really. But not even the people on that level.
Yeah, but I think it's just because it's.
Like but we love it.
Yeah, and it's. I think that real relationships are complicated. There's different degrees of different things, and sometimes I think that when you are looking for something AI, you also don't have to be vulnerable with it.
That's true.
You don't have to be vulnerable with it. You don't have to really do. The AI is the one doing the satisfying.
Entertaining you.
Yeah, doing the satisfying. Woo. You don't really have to do. You don't have to do the same with AI.
I don't know. I mean, I think AI has definitely a great place for it. I love it. I love it. I'm not a great writer, so I use it all the time. I'll write my email and I throw it in AI to correct it or to give me a more polished. I love how it gets to do you want to be more direct or do you want to? And sometimes it'll tell me you're being very harsh. And sometimes I'll even tell it what my end game is. Like, what am I trying to do? Sometimes even for customer service, I thought it to be great when I'm dealing with an issue where I have to tell a customer or something no, or have a negative, whatever, it gives me a very, very soft way of explaining a topic or explaining a situation and giving them the answer or no answer in the most positive way possible.
Yeah. But we use AI. Think about when we go to whatever and there's a chat box. And you ask your question and they answer your question and you ask a question and you answer your question. Like, that to me is kind of what this is. Like, hey, good morning. Like, I think that's when I vision a relationship with AI, I envision it kind of that.
Hey, how you doing today?
Yeah, like, I'm doing great.
How are you? Oh, I'm great.
So there's
I was missing you.
too.
I mean, I want, like, in a relationship, when I guarantee you, they're saying things like that. I miss you.
Yeah, and I think one of the things during the conference, because like I said, a lot of the conference was around AI, and I work in human resources, is how even within human resources, using AI to not just extend offers, like having a virtual employee. And I've known some companies that actually have virtual HR people. They give them names, they have a salary, they're virtual, they build them. What could be the person where a virtual person, and they're starting to look more and more like people, can extend an offer to you, and they can also terminate you. So like, and I saw all that in real life of companies that are using it. And also I saw how companies and how you can use AI, you can create an AI of yourself, and then it can communicate in different languages.
Oh, wow.
All these different things. They show some really good examples of that. The whole virtual AI person
definitely has perks.
has a place, especially if you can start to virtually clone yourself. And I think, to me, that gets even a little scarier of using your clone to do certain things too.
That's true.
Yeah, your virtual clone. So time is, and that could be that AI, like it could be you creating an avatar. I think that's the word they use. An avatar of yourself and doing who knows what with that. Or I can create an avatar of you, pretend that it's me.
Oh my goodness.
And do crazy stuff online. So those were things that we talked about at this conference. So it was very interesting. And I can be having a relationship with someone virtually, AI, with you, your face, but me as behind the scenes, but using your face as the avatar. Yeah, it's like crazy.
What would happen, because what if this doesn't go the way people want it to go, right? What if the company go bankrupt? What if the software goes down? Something happens? Would people be destitute? Would people be like,
my relationship is over? But
it
I
would
was
be
in love with that.
Yes.
I was in love with that.
He left me. Willingly or
The
unwillingly.
Replika site has been shut down.
Yes. Can you imagine?
No, because I think that
thousands and thousands
I honestly
of people
believe that there's some not stable people.
Yes.
And that would be devastating.
That would be devastating.
It would be like a death.
Yes.
It's sad. Makes me sad.
What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. It's a lot.
Yes, so my question is, would you, be honest, tell me in the comments, would you date AI? Would you marry AI? And has it been anything that you've ever even thought about? Would love to hear it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Like, again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and always continue to stay seasoned and unbothered. Bye.